Hey, I'm Liz Wald. It's Web3 Wednesday. Last week, I went to a really cool conference on the Internet of Careers that was hosted by a foundation called the Velocity Network. And everything the Velocity Network is doing is around employment verification. Employment verification is something that happens every day, all day, and the tools are really outdated. People are making phone calls, they're sending PDFs of resumes, some people are probably still faxing, basically trying to ensure that the person I'm hiring is who they say they are and have the credentials they say they have. And often you're doing this for the same person over and over and over. This person who moves from job to job, they may get called, their university may get called 5 times over 5 years to, yes, this person does have a diploma from XYZ University. So that's a big problem. The second big problem is that a lot of the information that is self-reported is inaccurate or full-on fabricated. Now, not everybody is George Santos, but there is, a little bit of stretching that can happen on resumes. And often there are also just mistakes. The mistake can often even be made by this, the user types in, I have a certificate in XYZ, and they mistype it or what have you. So those mistakes happen, and the process for cleaning things up and getting the right information and ensuring what you're doing can take weeks or even months to verify this information. It's particularly important if you're doing healthcare or financial services or other highly regulated industries. You don't want to hire a cardiologist who doesn't actually have a license to do heart surgery. Similar things are the case with nursing and engineering and all of these other things. You've also got situations in some countries where the pace of hiring is so fast and people are jumping, they're getting poached from one place to another, that the verification happens a month after this person has already been working at your company. And we're seeing there are fake resumes out there entirely. There's people taking, Google or Zoom interviews for other people, and then it turns out the person you hired wasn't even the person you talked to. There's a lot going on, and so being able to verify credentials is something that's becoming increasingly important. So Velocity Networks, really interesting. They set themselves up as a foundation. They're not a for-profit entity. They are an open utility where they've got people from all across the career ecosystem who are participating in the governance of this foundation. And they built a layer 1 private blockchain, and all of these different organizations contribute to the management of that blockchain. Right now, there are about 30 nodes and 17 organizations running this blockchain. It's a layer 1, so others can build on top of it. And they're also thinking about an interesting business model where issuers can earn credits for issuing and verifiers can buy credits to verify. So having a business model is something that will help with adoption and providing incentives, which is what they'll need to really get this being used widely, on a global basis. The thing that's kind of cool about this is while it's using blockchain, none of the personally identifiable information is stored on the blockchain. It is still stored by all of the issuers. Universities, employers, and the like, they have databases of your information that you went to this school, you worked in this job, or what have you. And all they're putting out on the blockchain is the verified token. Yes, it's an NFT, all these great uses, but funny, NFTs were not mentioned during this conference because of the sort of stigma around them. But it is a token put out by the issuer, and the verifying body can click on that token and say, yes, this was issued by Google, or this was issued by NYU, or what have you, and it's on the blockchain, it can't be tampered with, and the like. But as an individual, I don't have to have a complicated crypto wallet or anything like that. The private keys and the public keys are held by the issuer, and individuals can just have a regular wallet, and if I forget my password, I can reset it, get another one, and the like. The other thing is it's self-sovereign. I control where those credentials go. So if I want to post them on LinkedIn, I can do that. If I want to send them directly to an employer, I can do that. It makes it really easy for me to use it. So how are we going to get all this happening? Because it sounds like a great idea. Adoption. So the Velocity Network is working really hard on the issuer side to get issuers to come to the table. And the next group they're bringing in are people that are on both sides. So if you're Google, you get a lot of phone calls about, did so-and-so work here? But you also have to make a lot of phone calls about, hey, we want to hire this person and we need to verify who they are. So by bringing in the issuers and bringing in people who are on both sides of the ecosystem, they're hoping to drive adoption. I think it's a great idea. I would love to be able to have these verified credentials. Everything, from my diploma to my driver's license, I think should be an NFT. And Velocity Network is doing their part to make this a reality. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next week on Web3 Wednesday.